what's going on, Adam? I wanted to interview you because you've been killing it, and I wanted to ask about your experience working together so far, and maybe just share a little bit about where you were at before working together, what your experience has been like now, and then also what has this now been able to open up for you vision-wise? And of course, the big question that everyone wants to know, where were you at revenue-wise with your lists and strategies? Where have you been at now? And all those sorts of things.
Yeah, well, thank you so much, Alan, for that. And before even working with you, my email list was completely dead. And I actually didn't even believe in email because I had written to it myself, wasn't able to generate any clients through it. I ended up hiring a copywriter who I had hired to write to our list. And it was very fear-based. It was using a lot of tactics that just didn't align with my voice. And I would feel this like knot in my stomach when those emails would go out because I was like, oh my gosh, this is so out of alignment with how I would write to my list because, I write to a lot of heart-centered entrepreneurs that are driven by more, driven by inspiration and not manipulative tactics. And they can see right through that. So I needed somebody who could be able to write to my list in a way that would connect, a way that it felt represented me, but that was also really good at the psychology of the sale. And you were the person that shifted my entire perspective of what is possible through email. I could not believe when the first sale started to come through that my email list the entire time that I had for years that I had, grown over time and just been sitting dormant, just because of what I didn't know. I didn't know how to write to the list in a way to get results. And you brought that strategy in, you brought the messaging in a way that felt in alignment. And it became a mainstream of revenue to the point where, our email list began to represent 15 to 20% of all of the sales in our coaching and consulting business. So, I think the first year that you had really gone all in on emailing it daily, I think the first, like, if we're to add up the full 12 months of work, I think it added somewhere between like 350 to 400,000 in additional revenue for the year. And like from that day, from that, like seeing the results of that, like it's a non-negotiable. Like we email our list every single day because of like the power of like you awoke in our list, you revived a list that was dead, and you know how to write to our list in a way that converts. And so had I not worked with you, I wouldn't have had the vision for my email list the way I do today. So that's the first thing. The second thing is your ability to implement systems. So as a visionary, I have a lot of ideas, but they have no power if my ideas can't get integrated. You've been able to not only help us put systems in place, even some of the granular tools that I need for my mastermind community. You can create calculators for us, create all the back-end integrations and connect different softwares and technologies so that things are streamlined. So your ability to integrate is very impressive. And then I think from a strategic consultant perspective, you're very unique and rare in that you understand everything from how, like, the psychology of a funnel, and you understand the psychology of the back end conversion. You understand the psychology of the purchase, the experience and delivery. You have a end-to-end perspective of this entire space and how it operates, and you're able to put together the building blocks to make the customer journey seamless, streamlined, and most likely to convert. And that is a very unique gifting that I feel like has been able to bless me greatly with the strategies that you're able to bring to the table. So that's one of the reasons why you're also, I like to have you as a trainer in our community as well, because I think our clients love your mind behind messaging and strategy. And then you're able to deliver on the email side, the system side. So your impact in our organization has been massive. And I don't think our revenue would be nowhere near where it is today had it not been for your work. So so we have the utmost gratitude for you. It's impacted our life, it's impacted our family's life, our client's life, which is it's hard to find someone that can deliver at that level, and you've been able to do that for us really well. So
Yeah, I appreciate that. And I appreciate you as well, because you're someone who is just a super action taker, visionary. You're a driver, and that's made the process a lot smooth as well. And so, do you have any final thoughts or any final words of encouragement for maybe someone who's watching this? Maybe is considering working together with me, or maybe not. Maybe they're just watching this video out of curiosity to say, hey, who is this Alan guy and what is he all about?
Yeah, I would recommend doing a show and tell. Like, as a visionary, I work best when I see what can actually be done. And I think you have so many assets that you can be able to share and display to whoever's viewing this or considering bringing you on as a consultant or an email specialist or a systems builder. I think if you were to just see Alan share his screen and have him share with you on the spot winning email campaigns, you'll be blown away when you read it. If you were to have him share with you funnels he's put together, you'll be able to see how it converts and the psychology behind it. If you're able to see the back end systems he's put together, you'll be able to be like, oh, wow, I didn't even know that you can do that. I need that. So, what's cool about Alan's work is it's like, it's on full display. So I would I would even just have the conversation just to see what pieces he's been able to put together, because he brings things to the table you wouldn't even think to add into your business until you see it. And then once you see it, you're like, oh my gosh, how do you do that thing? So that's what makes a great consultant, and you have that. So
Yeah, appreciate that. And one final question on that, because revenue is great, saving time is great. What would you say future-wise, vision-wise, has us working together so far has been able to impact you, and what has this been able to open up for you?
yeah, well, I would say this. At the end of the day, some people have big financial goals, and I do, and we're one of the top masterminds in the world now. And so, but I'm really driven by people goals. I really want to be able to impact a certain amount of people. So when I think about marketing, I think about the work you do as a bridge between me and the audience that I'm called to help. And what this allows me to do is have the runway and the bridge to impacting my client base. And without great marketing, you can have the best idea in the world, but it doesn't matter if you don't have a bridge to reach them. So your gifting is a bridge between a cold audience who doesn't know who we are, what we do, and you help bring them into our community so that we can serve them with what we're good at. And I think that's what makes a great collaboration, what makes a great teammate, and that's how I see our work together. And anybody who gets to experience working with you will also, I'm sure, experience and feel the same way.
Yeah, awesome. Well, thanks, Adam. I appreciate your time today. And for anyone listening, if you're open to getting on a call, let's see it. Maybe if this could be a good potential fit, and feel free to just want to book a call, or if not, maybe it's not the right time, and that's okay too. Maybe some time in the future. But I'd love to see how I could serve you. And yeah. All right. Take care, Adam. Thank you.